Hey, I'm back with No Frills Hi-Fi. I wanted to do a follow-up review of the Galion TS P75. This is a tube preamp. I did an unboxing of it a little while ago. I guess it's been about a week or so. Excuse me. So don't forget to check that out. But I wanted to kind of give you my thoughts on this. I tried it out with a few different combinations of things, tried a bunch of different albums. I listened to this actually quite a bit, more than probably most of my reviews. The reason is because holy crap does this sound good. I mean, it sounds really good. To get into a little bit of that, I was just astonished by how quiet it is. And I know that sounds kind of dumb. You don't want it to be quiet. And I'm not talking about when it's actually playing music. It's really hard to describe. It's like when the music plays, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. There's no background noise or anything. And it does have this switch on the back I showed during the unboxing. It's a ground switch for normal or noise reduction. I didn't see any difference when I used that. Maybe I've just got a really good ground. It didn't seem to make any difference at all. But it didn't need it because it was dead quiet when there was nothing playing. So, like in between the notes and everything, I mean, you can just hear every little nuance in this. You can hear when somebody's playing the piano, you can hear the foot pedal moving. You can, hear the fingers sliding on the strings on a guitar. I mean, the detail on this is just amazing. Really, there's no excuse for how cheap this thing is. Well, inexpensive. I hate to use the word cheap. It's $19.49. I'll put the links on their website, but I mean, this thing punches way above that. I can see why they call it a giant killer. I wish that I had the TS A75 with this to be able to test them together, because I would imagine it would be just a phenomenal experience. Unfortunately, I did have to send that back. I'm a reviewer. They don't give me this stuff. They loan me this stuff. But now, Thomas, if you're watching, if you want to give this to me, I accept. But I did make some notes. The soundstage on this is really, really open. The just the sound staging, you can really place all the instruments where they are in the room, in a way that I can't say that I've really experienced at home. I've been at exhibitions and seen some really super high end stuff that did really well, but nothing on this level in this price range. Nothing even 3 times this price range, to be totally transparent. The voicing is just amazing in this. That is thanks to Thomas Tan, the guy that designed it. He designed the voicing on it. Bass is extremely tight and articulate. It's not like boomy, it's just very exact. The highs are perfect. They're not rolled off. They're not tinny. Especially like with cymbals, they sound very realistic. Female vocals sound really, really good on this. Males do too. But I just felt like the female vocals, like this really just kind of brought them out. And a lot of that is due to the components. They didn't skimp on this at all. They use very high quality capacitors. If you look online, you can see pictures on their website with it open. You can see they use just a ton of capacitors in this thing. And of course, tubes. It is a tube amp. And you can take the top off of this with an Allen wrench and replace those tubes if you're into tube rolling, that is changing them out to see how you can affect the sound. But also, tubes don't last forever. They are a consumable part, so it's nice that they made it really nice and easy to get in there and replace those. But they also didn't leave them out where they're going to get damaged or my 6 or 7 year old is going to touch them, because they definitely will. So I really like the design of this. I love the sound, and just to give you kind of all the details, I use this with, I guess we'll start at the source. I used a Denon DP 1200 turntable with a Denon 103R cartridge going into a Parasound Z Phono preamp, and then into this. And then this went to, what I use that with my Pathos Inpol MK2 integrated amplifier for the power amp, and then to some speakers. I tried them with a couple different speakers. I luckily still had the triangle speakers, the BR. I don't remember which one those were. I've tried out too many things. Let's go back here. But I want to make sure I give you the right names. They're the Borea BR04. Borea BR04. They sounded really good with those. Those are some smaller speakers or bookshelf speakers, so I did try them with the Aperion. Again, I've gone through too many speakers. I believe they were the V8Ts. No, they were the VB88s. The other ones are the tower speakers. So those are bookshelf speakers as well, but they are bigger, more powerful speakers. And I did try them with the Definitive Technology 9040s, that BP 9040s that I've had forever. Those are really more cinema speakers. They are tower speakers, but they have self-powered subs. So not really geared towards this. It's just, I'm balancing, do I want to stay married or do I want to buy another set of speakers? So at some point I'll get some better tower speakers, but I can tell you this thing sounded like $1 million with all three. The Aperion, I think, was a cut above the rest in terms of clarity and really just creating that soundstage. But I was really shocked with the Definitive Technology towers, because traditionally I don't really like them. They're great for watching movies. They were cheap. I'm to watch movies with the kids. They're not geared towards hi-fi, but they sounded absolutely incredible with this. I did try, I've listened to that same setup without this. The Pathos does come with an integrated preamp, so typically that's how I use it. I am in search of speakers and a good preamp. This might be the one that I land on. But really, I'd always heard preamps make a huge difference, and I've seen that, but never on this level. Mostly the reason I was looking for a preamp was because I change gear a lot, and I'd love to have something that can switch between them like this does, or most preamps, because you can plug in multiple sources to it. That's not really the case with this. Obviously you can do that, but this just on its own improved my system in ways I didn't think was possible. So I certainly not for this price range. I certainly feel like this just can't be beat. I'm sure somebody's going to say in the comments about something I haven't found yet, but please do, because I'll try it out too. My one drawback to this, and I don't want to say that it's a true negative to it, but a drawback for me personally is it does have 4 RCA inputs, 2 RCA outputs. Really cool. They put a bunch of them in there, especially the dual outputs is kind of nice if you have a second setup. What I don't like about it, though, is it doesn't have XLR input and output. Not a deal breaker for most people. The reason it won't fit in my system is because I really, I test a lot of gear. Some of it has XLR, some of it has RCA. So, and so does my Inpol Pathos amp. So it would be really nice if this had that. Is that a deal breaker for most people? Probably not. I would like to see Thomas come out with something that does have those. Just, it would be really cool to have that expanded capability of this. There is another higher one than this, higher tier one than this that just came out. It is the navy, I believe they call it, and it is navy blue. So hopefully I can get a hold of one of those to compare it. I haven't had one yet. I know it is a little bit more pricey than this. I've forgotten the price, but hopefully at one point we'll go over that. But that's enough of me rambling on about how much I like this. And I guess it's worth saying that I'm not allowed to keep this. They're not paying me. This is just something I do for fun. So, you know, my reviews are always honest as I know how to be. Sometimes if I'm comparing it with something else, you know, if it's the only thing of that type that I've tried, it's hard for me to say it's the best or the worst or whatever. I've tried a lot of preamps, and I can tell you this is by far the best one that I have tried. But that's enough rambling. I appreciate you checking out my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I would also check out that other one, the TS A75 for the power amp. I think they complement each other really well. I appreciate it. We'll catch you later.